quick heads up about today's video. I am finally doing the tag about the best and worst of the YouTube beauty community, and I'm long overdue doing it, and I was really happy to finally get that done. I also show you very briefly about the makeup today, very briefly, and I also have a tiny little bit at the start about some of the skincare that really surprised me by how well it worked, and I didn't even notice. So if you are interested in that, do watch it, and I'll see you at the other side. Hi, I just wanted to show you, this is just going to be a very short part of the video that I am going to be doing today, which has nothing to do with this. But this is because, number one, I've had a couple of people ask me questions, and I'm going to do an entire video very soon, possibly as soon as tomorrow, on the skincare again that is really making a huge difference in my face. I need you to take a look. Now, this is me. It's almost a cappella. I really have my neck firming cream on, and I have my moisturizer on. I did not do the under eye, I didn't do that yet. I didn't do my eye cream yet. But I wanted to show you very specifically because, to be honest with you, I didn't really notice it, and it got by me. And it was only when I did the 2 photos for the last video in which I was showing you the difference in my face and the eye bags that I realized that there was a huge difference in this sunken area in my cheek. Now, Bella, if you're watching, take a look at this, because I had really significant hollows in here. I never noticed. And I don't know whether to attribute it to the Clarins or to attribute it to the Nivea smoothing, and I always get that wrong. The Nivea toning and smoothing, possibly not. Anyway, it's listed below. I don't know whether it's that, I don't know whether it's the Clarins or a combination thereof, but the difference is remarkable. So I had to come and actually show it to you with no makeup on my face. There were deep hollows here. And it's funny because I heard from Mihaela this morning, I think it was, and she said something about the Clarins, and she said, it's really plumped up your face. I didn't notice. But look, my face is almost even. I still have tiny little hollows here, but tiny. If it's the Clarins, and I've got a link below, or if it is the Nivea that I don't have here, I have it in the bathroom, I don't know. But it could be a combination of the 2 that I've been using. But once again, oh my God, and my neck, listen, I'm not young, so my neck is not a young neck. I haven't had any plastic surgery ever, so I've had no benefit of the knife. But for what I am and the stage that I'm at, this stuff is remarkable, I would say. So stay tuned for the one that's going to be coming up next time, where I go into detail, and I'm actually going to show you once again exactly how I put the products on. So you will see it for yourself. And if you want to give it a try, I strongly recommend that you do, because look, I'll see you for the rest of it. Okay, here we are at long last. I'm going to do the best and worst of the beauty community tag. It's a little overdue, but I'm finally getting to it, so here we go. Before I start, I showed you this morning what my face looked like before I did my Clarins and before I put my makeup on. And once again, I told you I didn't notice, and it blows me away now that I look at it. The indentation is gone. It's gone. Now I was using the Nivea product for months and months, and I didn't notice that. So could it play a part? It might, but I think it probably has more to do with the Clarins Flash Bomb. So again, that will be listed below in case you want to give it a try, but I'm damn impressed. Oh, I shouldn't say damn, huh? I'm very impressed. Just a quick reference to it, and I'm not going any further than that. I have no intention of doing a tutorial on this look unless you request it. I finally had gotten that Wet n Wild, the 2, 4, 6, 8, the 10 shadow palette. These were the new ones. This is not a basic peach, and this look was created totally with this palette today. I think it's not a bad look. It was a lot better to work with than the other one was, the that petalette. That petalette was just not worth the amount of work I had to put into it. My view, you know, you might feel differently. These were anywhere, I mean, this was like, what did I pay for it? I think with the tax it came to $7.19 in the local drugstore, and I picked up 2 of these to try. So I made a discovery with these palettes. I'm not used to working with these kind of drugstore brands at all. Do not rub your brush along the thing as I tended to do, because that's what I do with my others. Not going to work with these. It just kicked up so much powder that I couldn't believe it, and you have to kind of tap it to get the result. For the aqua color, I got an okay result, but then I spritzed it with my all-nighter, the brush, and I put it on wet, and it came out way, way, way better. I used the dark brown in the corners, I used a dark brown pencil, and what is hands down my favorite of the mascaras, though I hate to say it, is still the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. So that's where we're at. Okay, let's get to the tag. There are 10 questions. Question number 1. What are your favorite videos to watch? There are a number of kinds of videos I like to watch. If we're talking about videos strictly in the beauty community, I love to watch the ones that teach me something. I've learned a great deal from the younger gals in the beginning, and since from the mature community, about how to apply makeup, how to use skincare better, and how to get a better result. So I'm very, very impressed with what I've gotten from it so far. So I love those. The Get Ready With Me's, I love the tutorials, as long as I don't watch too many of them at a time. I love watching any of them that teach me more about the creator. When they talk about themselves and their lives, that is very meaningful to me, because I feel as if I know the person behind the persona. So that's always a fun thing to do. What other videos do I like to watch? I like to watch any videos that strike me as being real. When people are putting on what feels like an act to me, or when they're too hyper in it, it doesn't resonate with me. Those would not be among my favorites. So that's the answer to question 1. Question 2 is, what are your favorite videos to film? I think for me, well, some of my favorite videos to film, though I haven't done a lot of them, have been the ones where I've taken you shopping with me. That's always kind of a fun thing to do. Now that I'm more comfortable with them, I'm okay with doing the Get Ready With Me's, except for the fact that I can't seem to walk and chew gum at the same time. So to talk about other things and do my makeup and have it come out right, is a little bit like needing a mirror when I put on my lipstick, unlike my mother, who never ever looked into a mirror, I think, in her adult life. So I like to do those. What else do I like to do? I love the ones where I just chat with you. I love the ones where I'm just taking a walk down memory lane and I'm taking you with me. I've enjoyed doing my wig reviews because I'm showing you a wig that I think that makes me very happy, and I hope that it makes you very happy as well. I love any of the videos that feel to me as if there's real emotion in it and that it's taking us all somewhere. Number 3, what are your least favorite videos to watch? Well, once again, I'm going to have to say what pretty much everybody else said on some level or another. If I don't like to watch them, I don't watch them. But sometimes I get sucked into watching them, not realizing what I'm going to be seeing. I don't like to watch videos where I feel as if the person is being phony or putting on an act or being over exuberant when they're really not feeling over exuberant, or where they are pushing a product and it feels to me as if they're trying to sell me something rather than tell me something. I don't know how people react to mine. I don't do it all that often. But when I do, I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth, the absolute exact truth as I see it at that moment in time. Now, does that mean that I am going to always feel the way I do today? Not necessarily, but it's the way I feel today. Okay, let me get back on track of the ones that I don't like to watch. Again, it's really more about what feels self-serving to me rather than wanting to interact because they care about me or they care about you or they care about any of this. There are some that I get into, and this is a bad thing for me to say, especially right now since I'm rambling. I really don't like watching videos where I feel like they're rambling on and on and on, almost as if you're going with them into a group therapy session and they're just talking and talking endlessly. They're not going anywhere. So those are not my favorites to watch. Number 4, what's your favorite part of the beauty community? That's so easy. My favorite part of the beauty community is twofold. One is the creators that I've met along the way and the generous natures that they have and their willingness to step down from the loftier position that they're in to give somebody a hand up when they are in need of growing or at the start of their journey here. I know I've been the beneficiary of a lot of that, and for every bit of it, I am grateful. So I love the creators in our community. I just think it's the greatest bunch of people that I've met anywhere. The second part of it is I love you guys. Every one of you who has come with me on this journey, some from the very beginning when I was tentative, when I didn't know what I was doing, when I didn't know where the channel was headed. And you guys have been here. You've been encouraging, you've been caring, and you've been really supportive. And I love all of it, and I thank you for it. Number 5, what is your least favorite part of the beauty community? That's very easy for me. I really don't like 2 things. I don't like when there is a feeling of somebody not wanting people to do well or get ahead, or a feeling of jealousy or a little bit of, I don't want to call it envy, but where people are kind of snippy about other people. I don't like that. I really don't. I think as a community, we can be so serving of each other. Content creators and content absorbers, both. I think it's important for us as a group, especially as a group of older women who should have come a far enough way on this trip called life to want to help everybody else along the way, no matter what age, no matter what stage you're at. So that's another part of it for me. And the other thing that I don't like about the community is the people who make videos and do nothing but whine about YouTube or about their lives or everything that is putting them down, and every person who is making their lives miserable. I think I get wanting to share, and I get when you're troubled that you're looking for some feedback from other people. But when there is a constant thread among these people to just blame the world for everything, not my favorite part of the community. But there's not much considering everybody here and all the wonderful, wonderful people along the way. Number 6, what motivated you to start your channel? That's really easy. I had another channel before this, and I had a group of people on there who used to say to me all the time, I love the way you do your makeup, I love your hair, I love this or I love that. Why don't you do some videos and show us what you do? And I thought, well, let me not do it here because it didn't make sense. I said, let me start a channel and I will give you a link to that channel and you can take a look and you can see if it has any meaning for you. So that's what motivated me to start it. As I said in my first video, I had no idea where it was headed. I had no idea what it would be about ultimately, but it's gone in a direction that makes me really happy because it's become about a lot more than beauty and makeup and application, I hope. I know I've still done a lot of those videos, but I feel as if I am headed in a direction away from that more than toward it, because I think this whole aging process and how we see ourselves in it and how we see ourselves in life and the amount of hope that we allow ourselves is something we need to focus on, the things that can create a better life for us along the way. So that's an answer to question number 6. Who inspires you on YouTube? Okay, I'm going to take this past the beauty community. There are a lot of people in the beauty community who inspire me, obviously, because their knowledge and their caring and their sharing, as I said before, is unparalleled. But I'm going to step outside of that group for a moment and talk about some of the other people who have inspired me with their bravery, with their willingness to share even life's toughest lessons. The first person who comes to mind is Cortaliz, this young, gorgeous girl who was doing all this beauty stuff with a heart of gold and a phenomenal sense of humor and just an easy way about her, was suddenly diagnosed with a brain tumor. And she chose to take us along on that journey, and I personally am forever grateful to her for that, because I felt as if she was sharing her whole life. She helped a lot of other people along the way because they were going through situations of their own that terrified them. So she is definitely one of them. Some of the other people who inspire me the most on YouTube are those who have an incredible amount of knowledge about any subject whatsoever, and the ones who are willing to share that knowledge. Now, I'm not naive, and I understand that for many of them it has become a business and they make money from that, and that's fine. They can certainly do that, and I think they've earned the right to do it by sharing all the things that they share with us. But I've learned so much about so many subjects. Nowadays, I don't Google many questions. I go to YouTube and I YouTube many questions about any subject under the sun that I want information about. And I never have to finish my sentence because there's always a suggestion there which makes me know that other people have come before me and those other people have done the same thing. So YouTube is a huge, huge font of knowledge, and I think it's great, and that motivates me a lot. 8 is, what is the one thing you would change about the beauty community? Well, again, I would just like for there not to be that kind of negativity that slips in from time to time. I think once again, I have a feeling about some people, not the ones that I interact with at all, but some people way outside of this realm can be very self-serving, and I would like for that to be less so. Aside from that, I can't think of much. The beauty community has brought so much positive energy into my world, some of it at a time when my life has been a little scary and things have happened that are out of my control. And it's been a wonderful thing, so I don't have much to complain about. Number 9, what is the one thing, one piece of advice that you would give to anybody starting a channel? Well, again, that's easy, and I'm not the first to say it. I would say be doing it for the right reasons and be yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't make yourself feel unsuccessful or as if you have no hope or no chance of getting to where you want to go. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you don't want to do that to yourself. Just come onto YouTube with whatever it is that you have to offer. Come on here and be the best you can be. As I've said before, everybody else is taken. Don't try to emulate them because you'll only be a bad, now this is going to age me, carbon copy. You can't possibly be as good as they are at their game. It's their game. Have your own game. Come from your own place. And as I say, don't start out reaching for the moon. Give yourself the time to breathe. Give yourself the time to learn. And you'll be amazed as you look back on your old videos, as you start to learn, at the difference in how you approach things and your comfort level with the YouTube community. Well, certainly with the process and with your ability to do this and interact with and have some effect on other people's lives. Let me take you back. I started my channel, it's a year ago tomorrow. So I will be putting out a video tomorrow in celebration of my 1-year anniversary. So I hope you're not getting too much of me. But I think in the beginning, I had no expectation. I was amazed that people found me at all in the beginning. I think I got my first 100 subscribers with not too much difficulty. And for some strange reason, they interacted with me and they stayed with me. The first several videos, I had very few comments. I don't know how many views I had, but it was nothing to write home about. But I knew that would happen. I expected that would happen. And I just kept going on with blinders on because I was focused on what I hoped would make a difference. And I think that goes back to another thing. And I think wanting truly to make a difference in someone else's life is what it's all about. So that would also be my advice for anything you take on in life. I started to say, back in the early days, I had my first 100 subscribers, and I grew painfully slowly. I did a video in, I think it was August, based upon something that Natalie had said that I didn't understand at the time, but I reacted to, and I explained my own way of dealing with my channel, and that I had no great expectation of growth. I just had hoped if I could change one person's life for the better, that that's what my life was all about. So at that point, I had under 200 subscribers. Maybe 172 comes to mind. May be accurate, may not, but right around that number. It is now just under a year, and I have some, as I say, a year has gone by, and at this point, I have somewhere around 1,030 subscribers. I know to a lot of you out there, to a lot of the bigger channels, I am peanuts. I'm a tiny, tiny little channel in the corner of this universe, but I'm thrilled with it, and I feel as if it's expanding in a way that works well, because I can still have an intimate relationship with my viewers, and that's important to me because we're a community. So I would say just give yourself time and just enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey. Don't press yourself to having it be a race to the destination. Number 10, and I bet you're really happy that I finally got here and this can be over soon. What do you love about YouTube as a whole? So many, many things. I love the fact that it's a repository of information that is easily accessible by all of us, no matter where in the world we live. I've watched videos from people who created them on the other side of the earth, and in a different, well, they didn't obviously speak the language, so a lot of them had no language. They just showed tutorials of what they were doing, and it was helpful on its own level. I love the fact that we all have access to that information, because and I think many other people as well, respond much better to things that I see combined with things that I read. If it's strictly something that I read, it's like reading directions to put something together, or coming to YouTube and taking a look at a video of someone who shows you how to put it together, and then I can go, I can do that. So it's that I really love about YouTube. Another thing that I love about YouTube is the platform that can take somebody who is totally unknown to the world at large and make them a star. Sometimes make them a superstar, because they have the ability to reach an audience that is so large and so instantaneous in their reaction to it. Think of all the videos that you've seen over time that have gone viral and get millions of views. What a wonderful thing that is. And I think it's great for the people who have been able to benefit from that and totally change their lives. So I'm happy for them. And I think, once again, it's a great, great place for that. So those are my answers to the questions, my friends. I've been really procrastinating getting this done, and I'm happy to have finally done it for you. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it wasn't a total repetition of what everybody else had to say. And that's about it for today. So anything else you want to talk about it below. Once again, all the things that you're always asking me about, you'll find them below. I'm going to link to everything that I use, and I'm going to hopefully make a difference for you. Also, a reminder that for those of you who are always looking to see where you can get the products that I use all the time and I talk about all the time, go below and you'll find links to a lot of them. They're not all there yet. I'm a work in progress, but I am working diligently on it. So give me a few more days to try to get it all in order. If there's any specific item that's not on there that you want to know about, I'll put it on immediately. So just let me know in the comments. The other thing is, if you're not already subscribed, by all means, hit the subscribe button and do hit the little bell next to it so that you'll get to see all the videos that I'm putting out. Because frankly, I have lost so many of the videos that I used to watch religiously because they no longer show up for me. And I'm so busy watching the ones that do, that I don't get out to see a lot of them, and I really sorely miss that because I loved a lot of those people and I loved a lot of those videos. So do that. I don't have to, I've never said this before, it's not who I am, but obviously if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like it, leave. A little late in the game for that, but I hope you did enjoy it. And I will see you tomorrow for my anniversary. And I hope the rest of your day is great, whatever you're doing, in whatever part of the world you're doing it in. Last thing I want to say is say another little prayer for Sheila, who, thank God, came through the surgery well. And now is the first day of the rest of her life and her recovery. Let's collectively pray for her to come through this like the champ that she is. And I know she will anyway. So take care. If you get to see this at any point, Sheila, you know I love you. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.